Hi guys. I want to share some things with you all about what I've decided to do. I am now working Scentsy full time. I've been with Scentsy guys since December 23rd, 2009. So that's 12 years for me. So I'm going to start with my why. And my Scentsy why has changed so many different times, guys. So I'm going to talk about my Scentsy why now. My Scentsy why now is to take care of my family and to prepare for my retirement. That is now my Scentsy why. So once you establish your Scentsy why, then you have to create a goal and a plan. Because you got to have something to track where you are now and where you need to go to, where you're trying to go to. At least it's kind of like having a map. So you need a map to get someplace that you've never been before to get there. So here's some of the things that I did. First of all, in order to start with trying to get the income that you're looking to get, you want to first start with knowing that $2,000 PRV per month is a goal you should shoot for. And the reason why you want to shoot for that goal is because we get a 5% bonus whenever we hit $2,000 PRV. And the second thing is that you want to also have at least 2 new team members per month, because that's going to give you what you need to increase your income as well. And that's going to also position you to earn annual sales and also annual mentor. Well, we just talked about those goals monthly. Okay, now let's talk about those things that you need to do to get there. And these are some of the things that I did to help me get to where I am. When I first started Scentsy, guys, I started working events. So events, that's my jam. I mean, I didn't even want to work parties when I started out as a Scentsy consultant because I mastered events, and that's good. One thing about Scentsy is that there's no one way to work this business. So events was my jam. Parties is another thing that you can do. You can do home parties, you can do virtual parties, fundraisers. You can work your business on social media, that's virtual. YouTube, Amy is a follow-up app, so you got to have a follow-up system to follow your customers. You need to have that, whether it's Amy, Project Broadcast, whatever system you have in place, okay? Birthday discounts, if you want to offer something like that. A spoiler senior campaign, that's something that I've done. Virtual events, live videos, bingo, customer VIP groups, business pages, doing demonstrations, offering links, using Photify app. This is a way for you to brand yourself. Doing selfies on Facebook. These are all the things that I've done. Everything, TikTok, I forgot to mention that. All the things that I mentioned here are the things that I did to develop my customer base, because you want to develop a strong customer base. And I have a pretty solid customer base. That solid customer base is going to give you that PRV that you need every month. But you got to rock and roll with, you got to do the follow-ups. You got to do all the things that I just mentioned, okay? And I worked a job, guys, for almost 40 years. And I just didn't, that's a long story. But what I want to say to you guys, if you're working a job now, here's a quote that I found. It says, the same way that 9-to-5 job is using you to grow their vision, you better use them to fund yours. So let me back up a little bit. I joined December 23rd, 2009. I promoted to Superstar Director October 29, 2017 at 9:30 p.m. to be exact. That was a huge day for me, yes. So your goal to get that desired paycheck, what is that desired paycheck for you? You would know that, because you know that based on your own expenses. So based on my own expenses, I knew what my desired paycheck need to be every month. So what is that desired goal for you? So what I would suggest that you do is write down your expenses every month. Write your expenses down every month. Write down what it's going to take to run your household. That's going to help you to know how much money you need to save from your job every month. So I developed a plan. In 2020 put me to the test because in 2020, I was not able to work my events anymore. So I had to create and develop new plans, new ways to work my business virtually, which was a great thing because I learned how to do things in a way that I hadn't done before. I couldn't work my events. As a matter of fact, working my events I love, but it was not duplicatable. I'm working events, but everybody can't do events. Everybody cannot afford them. A lot of people cannot afford to have the products, so that was not duplicatable. So in 2020, I was put to the test to do things that were duplicatable. So the things I did in 2020 were, okay, with developing systems for people who join Scentsy that put them in a position to what? Book parties and also get people to join their team. They felt like they were on an even playing field, okay? So that helped me in a lot of ways. So where I'm going with that is that I decided to put together a 2-year exit plan for my job. Because the most I've ever made on my job, guys, was probably about $70,000 a year. And that's been there almost 40 years. And the most I made was like $70,000 a year. That's the most, okay? So when I saw my income finally hit $10,000 mark, guys. Now, when I hit that number, I had been with Scentsy for about 10 years. I think when I first saw my $10,000 paycheck. So I knew that I needed to have a consistent $10,000 paycheck. So I decided to develop an exit plan. So if you decide that you're going to want to leave your daytime job, you need to do all you can do to recruit. You got to recruit. You must recruit. And not just recruit, but you need to develop leaders. You need to develop directors. You need to promote to superstar director. That need to be out there. You need to write that down that I am going to become a superstar director. So that was my target goal. In 2016, my target goal was to hit superstar director. Now, I know that it's very important to get paid that title. I know this. But now when I hit superstar director, I may pay that title one time. I went 2018, didn't get paid that title. I went 2019, did not get paid that title. I did not get paid that title, guys, until a pandemic, until after 2020. That's when I started getting paid that title. That's when I knew it was time to create an exit plan. So when I'm talking about with this exit plan, guys, what I did, I took my income from my primary job and I saved it every month. And I lived off my Scentsy pay. I saved my job income for 1 year. I saved it for 1 year. Now, granted, this was a 2-year plan that I planned to work to exit my job. But what happened when Mama got sick, things changed. That 2-year plan turned out to be a 1-year plan. So, guys, sometimes things happen when we don't expect them to happen. But what you need to do is position yourself anyway as if something's going to happen. So I started saving that income every month. I made sacrifices, so you got to make sacrifices to do that. So I started cutting things back because I wanted to make sure that I could live off of my Scentsy pay. So to position yourself, when you know that it's the time to move in a direction to work Scentsy full-time, guys, is when you know that you can live off your Scentsy pay. Not just for a month, not just for 2 months. You need to be able to do this for at least a year. At least 1 solid year. If you find yourself being able to live off your Scentsy pay for 1 year, well, you might be able to walk away from your job. So that's what I did this month. I'm official now, a full-time Scentsy consultant. And I did take my income for 1 solid year. And granted, I was looking for a 2-year plan, but that 2-year plan, it didn't work out like that. Sometimes things happen, God sometimes make things happen in a way that we don't expect them to happen. But I am ready. I was nervous. I will not say that I was not nervous. But the one thing I must say, guys, that really gave me the confirmations when I saw my 1099. When I saw my 1099 and I saw the increase in pay, income disclosure is going to go down in the comments, guys, if you can put that down here for me. When I saw my increase in pay, going from one amount to the next. Well, in other words, it increased like $31,000 in 1 year. It went from 2020 to 2021. When I saw that increase was like $31,000, I said, okay, it's time. It's time. It's time, guys. It's time for me to take the plunge. So now this time is giving me more flexibility to be able to work more with my team, to be able to work more with my customers, to work more events if I want to do that. But I'm just so grateful. I'm so grateful that I'm in a position to work Scentsy full time. I don't have to work. I don't have to ask for time off anymore to go to Scentsy events. That was always a struggle for me. It was like I missed a lot of events because of the struggle that I faced with trying to get off. I don't have to go through that anymore. I don't have to miss those Monday calls for the directors. I don't have to miss that anymore. I don't have to miss the all consultants calls that occur on Tuesdays. I don't have to miss that anymore. I don't have to miss World Tour anymore because I was having to ask for time off. I don't have to miss any of my Superstar Director events anymore because I may not be able to get time off, because I was always faced with the struggle of having to take time off. I don't have to deal with that anymore. It's so worth it. But you have to have a plan, guys. You have to have something in place to get you where you want to be working Scentsy full time. And I had that plan in place. Now, granted, it took me longer than it take a lot of people. It's a lot of consultants that didn't take them that long. But the reason why it took me this long, guys, is because I did not do things that were duplicatable. So you want to simplify things. You want to party. You want to do as many parties as you can to get more people to join your team. You want to have those links so people can know that they can join Scentsy at no cost. The training is out there. And during the time that I did this, guys, when I was able to get people to join Scentsy at no cost, when I first started this was in 2020, I was able to get 99 people to join my team in that year. It increased my income. 99 people joined my team, guys, in the smack dead middle of the pandemic in 2020. So, guys, you can totally do this, but it's going to take some commitment. It's going to take you to show up every day, but you can do it. It's possible. Scentsy has provided us with the tools that we need to help us get there. And I am the person I am that person, guys, to show you that it's happening for me. I left a job where somebody didn't treat me like I was valued for almost 40 years. And here I am with a company that value me. That means everything to me. In the morning when I wake up, I don't have that dreadful wake up day. Like, I don't feel like going to work. I don't have that anymore. I feel like I've been set free to do the things that I totally enjoy, that I love. Now, granted, I did love what I did, but when somebody's always putting you down and not showing you any appreciation at all for the hard work that you've done and all the extra time you put into something, it makes you feel like you're not anything. But now over here, I feel special. I feel special because I have so many people here that I love, so many people that love me in return. That's a total difference. And it makes you feel like you want to be there. It makes you feel like, oh, I can get up and do whatever I want to do. I can fly. I can totally do what I want to do. But I just wanted to tell you guys how I paved the way to get here. Don't stay in that situation, guys, that you're uncomfortable with. Don't stay in a place where somebody don't treat you fairly. Don't stay there. You totally control your destiny with Scentsy, guys. There are a lot of consultants making a lot of money with Scentsy, guys. So much more than I'm making. But I know the possibility is there for me. And now that I'm working Scentsy full time, oh, the sky is the limit for me. There is no cap on what we can do. We're going to rise to success. We're going to do that. I just want you guys to know that it's possible. When you hit that $2,000 PRV every month, you're going to raise yourself 5% every month. You're going to put yourself in a position to get a $1,000 check every year from Scentsy because you hit the annual sales award, because you're consistently hitting the $2,000 mark every month. Take that amount and chop it up into pieces. Don't look at that big number. Break it up into pieces, because when you look at the big number, like, oh, I can't do that. But if you break it up into pieces, you can do that. And those people who you need to be trying to see how you can bless them to start Scentsy at no cost. For those of you who say, I can't recruit, yes, you can. Yes, you can. Because all you got to do is go out there and find how many people you can bless to start Scentsy at no cost. They're out there waiting on you. They're waiting on you guys, because I know they're out there, because I'm always reaching out to them. And I know they're out there. I was able to get 99 of those people who are out there looking to join Scentsy at no cost in 2020. 70-some people did it in 2021. They're out there waiting on you. So you get enough of them, you're going to get annual mentor. That's going to get you another bonus check. That's going to also get you an incentive that you can earn that Scentsy has out there all the time at the top level if you do that. So guys, look to see how many lives you can change out there. When you do that and you do it consistently, you're going to be able to work Scentsy full time. I promise you, because I'm a living witness that you can totally do it. Even though it took me longer. It took me longer because of the way I started. My sponsor was new, so I had to figure this thing out myself. We were working the business at the same level because we were both new, trying to figure this thing out. Took me longer to figure it out, but that's okay, I did. We didn't have groups like this when I started Scentsy. I didn't know that working a business and having parties, virtual parties and home parties was the way to go. I didn't know that. I was doing things in a way that even though I loved it, but it wasn't duplicatable. Just whatever you do, guys, don't complicate things. Make it be something that people want to come to you and say, I want to do what you're doing. Because you laid it out there and you made them see that they can do it too. These are just words of encouragement, guys. You guys can totally do this. I believe in you. You got to believe in you. I know you can do this. I know you can. Love you guys. Have a great night.